Hi everyone, this is Warren from the Rhapsody Piano Studio. I want to welcome you to today's video. I'm going to be teaching you how to play Defying Gravity from Wicked. This is going to be for easy piano. And when I say easy piano, sorry, my clicking thing not working again. Alright, there we go. Okay. When I say easy piano, I'm not gonna run you through like my typical process where I teach you exactly how to do everything, like from beginning to end. You know, like with the steps. Make sure you watch some of my easier videos for that. Okay. So this one, I'm just gonna give you like some basic rundowns and the most important things you need to be practicing in every section. All right. Hello, Lauren. How do you Teo? Lauren Teo, CF. Don't know what that means, but I'm assuming that's a good thing. So CF to you too as well. All right, so Defying Gravity. Here is the first section. By the way, we are in D major, and also forgot to say, if it's your first time here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I was about to say record, but you're not gonna record anything. Hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell if you want to catch when I go live on these lessons and my tutorials that are coming out every week as well. All right, so and then remember, like I said, D major, at least for the first few measures, F sharp, C sharp. So basically here, that's the pattern. So if you actually just do this a whole bunch of times, it's actually a way to condense the practice, right? Then you play it again. Left hand is basically just a simple little scale that goes up. Right hand is just going from just going down to C sharp, coming back to D. For 4 full beats, and then first time around I'll use a 2, then a 4 on C sharp. Just works better for my hand. But make sure you do whatever feels comfortable for yourself. So you might even take that with a 3, and then 4, 2, 1. If you have really small hands, maybe just 5 and then 5 again. Alright, now keep going. So we just take that little chunk right there. Let's doing this again. So guess what? That intro was the melody. Now here, make sure you hold the bottom note because it's tied to the next notes. Basically keeping that rhythm going, and then here, I mean, you need to practice this jump. And the way to practice the jump, you do one thing, just going back and forth at that point over and over again until it's muscle memory. Also, just playing it slow and then moving it fast. You do it with or without the sound effects. And then from here, I do use pedal. You don't really need it at this point. If it's too difficult for you, don't worry about it. Just slowly try to learn pedaling, alright? But here, I do pedal, and I can connect the legato, so I just slide my hand over like this. And really nothing much going. Just that, okay? So let me play it for you again, see if you can, if that makes sense for you. Probably take it a lot slower too. I'm kind of might be rushing through. Then holding that because there's a whole note there. It's important you do that because if you don't hold that note, it's not a suspension anymore. keep going. Let's see, just a little bit different rhythms going on here. Yeah, so I've never heard this song, but I think a really good way to practice, if and especially if you don't know the song but you really want to learn it, you don't know too well, is if you know the melody by heart. And the way to know the melody by heart is actually by singing it. Like, you don't actually have to sing it, but if you listen to the song a whole bunch of times and you get the timing of the melody and you'll hear what pitch it's supposed to be on as well, that's gonna actually be a really legit way of practicing this. Okay, but anyway, left hand, not much going on. This is some basic patterns, not too much to practice, so it's just basically staying in this range. Okay, now when you get to leap, that could be a little bit difficult if you're not practicing with the metronome. You definitely want to be practicing with the metronome for this whole entire piece, because there are some tempo shifts here and there. Okay, so here we're in allegro. My print looks a little weird, but I think it's 120. Okay, so it's a bit faster. Okay. So it definitely gets a little bit more exciting, but also the music kind of expands. But anyway, here, this is fine here. If you get your hand kind of moving towards the A where it ends up, you don't really need a whole lot of arm, but think forward motion like that really helps to play it a lot easier. Because if you do that kind of thing going towards the A on top, your fingers just kind of fill in the notes on the way to that motion. Alright, I just want to check to see if the sound is okay. Yes, that is my voice. Okay, from try. Oh yeah, so I mentioned metronome. Definitely, when you get here, just stop, switch the metronome to the speed that is appropriate, and then practice at that speed. Do a rhythmic pattern in left hand. Bum, 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 bum. That might be a little bit hard to count gravity. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's right on the offbeat. And these are all whole notes, not too bad. And then here, it's like the beginning, right? All right, right hand, kind of moving here. Same thing, I use pedal. I don't really try to connect that. That'd be super awkward, right? You just kind of slide your hand over. And same thing here. Like, see, I can continue it. And then here. When you do this, don't stay fixed in this position. It's like it's really tight, right? This might be a good way to practice, like going back and forth, because your technique and the motion should be fluid. Okay, and then same thing here. Just practice the motion going from one note to the next, because a lot of times if the technique isn't so good, I see this in a lot of students. That's why I have them practice a lot of scales, arpeggios, all different types of techniques, technical stuff in as many different keys as possible, because it really frees up their motion. Okay, because when you're doing beginning music, usually in fixed hand positions, right? But here, you kind of have to learn how to move. Okay, so let me play that part for you. You see the whole breakdown and how it works. comes back. Same idea here. And then same thing. Now they want to add notes on top. Kind of cool. And then this thing again. So this thing can kind of be a pattern. Alright, let's keep going. I'm through accepting limits. This is kind of like the beginning. It's just a bit more notes, trying to add some more flavor, I guess. Couldn't think of a good word, but anyway. Left hand's more active, not octave. So definitely more notes there. Okay, and then the right hand, same thing here. I mean, besides the whole thing being in a faster tempo, right? I like having the one on the D instead of doing this, because it's a lot less motion for me to do this than if I had to do. So I had to move my whole hand like that. But if I just okay, and the same thing here. Remember that. Then another jump up here. And you can kind of stay here because it's not really moving yet. Right here. Okay, I'm gonna play both hands for you again. Okay, I'll keep it going. The same. And that's kind of like how we started this section is how we're ending this part at least. So that thing comes back, right? Just repeats. Nothing too new here. Dare I say you could probably skip this entire section. And that's also why you want to be doing, like I always advocate in some of my easier lessons, to do small parts at a time, because you'll come across sections that are the same. Alright, so if you're liking this video, then hit that like button. It really does help me out. And after this video is done, this live stream is over, make sure you share this with someone who is a hardcore Wicked fan, because why wouldn't you? Alright, another thing to mention too is make sure you also practice with the tutorial. So here I'm just pointing out, just off the top of my head. I've never actually taught this to anyone, so it's just off the top of my head, like what I think are the main things to practice. Again, I'm not going like note by note and chunk by chunk and all those, like, you know, I'm assuming you have a bit more, you're a bit more experienced than a complete beginner. So if you're a complete beginner, this is not appropriate for you, okay? All right, but once you get the idea of the things I'm showing you, section by the major sections, the things that you need to practice, then make sure to practice with the tutorial, okay? Because now you know what to practice, then you don't have to sit through this thing again, and you can just click the tutorial, which the links will be everywhere after the live stream is over, and this is all processed and all that, because sometimes YouTube takes forever. Yeah, so after the video is over, you can use the tutorial. It'll be a lot easier for you to practice, and of course have the sheet music as well. Links are already there. Yeah, with the tutorial, you can just skip to the sections you want to practice. Maybe you can practice with the video at the same time. You can slow it down whatever speed you want. It's really an amazing way to learn, and I wish I had this growing up. Alright, let's keep going. Moderato, dreamily, down. So different tempo, slowing down a bit there. The tempo is not so important as the feeling. So if you want to be dreaming, it definitely can't go too fast, right? And also remember, when they give you tempo markings, these are just general ideas. It's hardly the case with especially easier arrangements where the tempo's gonna exactly match up. So here, and especially Broadway recordings and Broadway songs, like they can kind of stretch things here and there. You can use the full pedal here. It's really nice because it's all the same notes. Okay, and then keeping it slow. Back to original tempo. So let's see, what are some technical things here? Well, unlimited. So this note is going up on the bottom while you're getting ready here. So you have to allow a lot of finger control with this part. I use pedal. Okay. Now here, holding the whole half note on the bottom, you want to make sure you play with enough freedom. Make sure you're not tense. It's kind of like a rotation. Same thing here. And then this part's all straightforward. Make sure you don't get the rhythm wrong here. It goes into 3/4 and back to 4/4 there. All right, and then this section in general. Again, I've never heard the song before, but just the feeling of it and the way I'm playing it, it's almost like you want to play it as if you're reluctant to keep going forward. It's like you don't want the section to end. Like a dream, right? A good dream, not a nightmare. Slow down here if you want even more. I'm not sure if I'm doing it as a tutorial, but you can just kind of change your mind anytime you want. That's a good thing about practice, right? It could be even different tempo altogether, right? And then right in tempo. If I'm checking the key before, what we're in D major, so now we're in C major. It's the same pattern, just different key. Which is why you should be practicing scales, arpeggios, even transposing like simple melodies in every key. Same pattern. Moving on, getting back to the key of D major. So it was just like a short detour into what was it, F major and then C major and right back into D major. And then here, bunch of repeated notes. Whenever you have repeated notes, if it's really slow, then you can usually just take the same finger and then, I don't know, if you want to make it detached here, I think you should use pedal. But, it goes a little faster, so I just go 4, 3, 2, 1. So, let's make sure, again, you're not in one fixed position. I'm kind of moving over, see that? And this piano's not too good with the escape action, the repeated notes. Okay, so yeah, let me show you this part. Yeah, I kind of wrecked that. So getting this can be kind of difficult, so a lot of just left hand practice here, and then the right hand when you play it together, the timing. So each has to independently be very good. All right, moving on. And odd tempo there. So here, triumphantly, so you could also make it more broad. You can take some time. Again, moving the hand. To me, it's all straightforward. This theme comes back. So taking it a little bit slower there. So far, even with this section, it's just you take what I've showed you in the previous sections, because it's pretty much the same thing, just different key, different notes sometimes. Just apply the same idea, okay? Last section with determination, even slower. We're still in D major, weird, okay. You hear that? The hidden line on the bottom. And here, using pedal, make sure the left hand thumb gets out the way before you play it again. Same thing here. Yeah, I don't know exactly how slow this part's supposed to go, okay? But then here, and slow down all the way to the end. There's a bunch of chords. Yeah, fortissimo, so nice full sound. Don't bang it, right? And a way to get a big sound on the piano, you want to think, hands on the keys instead of from here. If you do from here, that's when you get like really harsh sounds. So from here, and you imagine you're using more of your arm, like, right? But anyway. Fermata's here, so even longer. And then I like keeping those short. Creates a lot of drama at the end. Yeah. Alright, so that's basically the idea. Supposing that you got all the notes and the rhythm, those are the more nuanced ideas I would teach to a student with this song. So I hope that made sense for you guys. Make sure to check out a lot of my other playlists and resources. I have tons of other stuff to help you whatever level you're at, whatever music you're studying. So make sure you click on links. They're all over the place. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe on the way out, hit the notification bell as well. I will see you guys next time, and happy practicing.